Oh, hold on. Up live on Instagram too. You guys all see we got an extra face today. We'll do introductions here in a minute. We're getting the techie, fancy tech stuff set up as always. But I think it's quicker because Celeste, that was brilliant. Copy paste.
I'm already done. I have my moments. They're few and fleeting, but I'll take them when they arrive.
We're going to make you copy and paste queen and clubhouse queen. How about that?
Woohoo! I'll take it.
Awesome. Well, welcome to Conversations for Clarity. I am Stephanie, and I am very grateful to be here. The last, Wednesday of every month is all about community and really just conscious collaborations. Like, let's talk about that. So Celeste, I'll go ahead and let you take over, and then do you want to introduce our guests today?
I am Celeste, also known as Mothering Healing on Facebook and Instagram. So happy to be here every Wednesday for Conversations for Clarity. Stephanie and I have been doing this a little over almost a year now, I think. And we absolutely love it. We have talked about many fascinating things. And today we're talking about the Courtyard, which you can find on Facebook, which is a group that we started as a space, part of our collaboration Elevated, and a space for people to kind of gather and share their gifts and talents and just resource with each other. And today we have a very special guest with us. We have Miss Tammy, the very eclectic and wonderful, joining us today from the Courtyard to share some of her gifts and talents with us. Welcome, Tammy. Do you want to introduce yourself a little?
Well, thank you. I'm Tammy. I am the owner of Elemental Creative Vibrations. I am an intuitive medium. I've taken workshops with Celeste. Thank you for helping opening my gifts. I'm a healer, a grandma to 15 grandbabies. Woo! Our 15th one was born on St. Patty's Day. I have 10 children and 3 fur babies.
You are a busy lady.
I am.
I love it. Why, real quick, since we're talking about community, and you and I are new friends in this community, what does community mean to you? And what have you, and when we reached out and said, who wants to join us? We want to have a conversation. We'll see where this goes. We have no idea where this goes, as always. But what does community mean to you?
People that will support you without judgment, where you can be your authentic self. I love the Courtyard because I love how we do little posts every day to check in, to see what we're all doing and what things help us, and then finding out how much you have in common with other people. And sharing our gifts, because we all can be mediums, we all can be healers, but we all do it differently. And that's what's cool, is to see who does what and bring it together. And I like that because nobody judges anybody. Everybody's accepted for themselves.
Yeah, yes. That's awesome. Yeah,
that is our goal. That is what we aim to. That's the vibration and what we aim to accomplish. Stephanie and I have been talking about this for over a year now.
Yeah, and it's really for us, it's organic growth. You know, that's what I love about it, is that it's not this urgency of just throwing something out there and creating it, but also in the process of it is teaching, guiding, that this is a collaboration space. It's a collaborative space. And I know, especially on Facebook, there's a tendency where it's more of a competition environment, or the negative competition, and really what we see is a collaboration, because like you said, Tammy, we're all so unique, and we all have our unique gifts. Thank God that we're not offering the same thing, because that'd be pretty boring.
Very boring.
And that's not how we're designed, right? We're not designed to be the same. We're the puzzle, this missing puzzle piece, and not a missing, but the big puzzle of the whole. So
Yeah, definitely. Well, and I think that's great too, because we support each other. And the fact that you can be in a group where there's no judgment, I think it helps us to be more of our authentic selves too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree. I agree.
So for those that are new listening, so every Wednesday, Celeste and I are here, and then the last week of the month, we talk about this community. You can find us on Facebook. Just search for the Courtyard Collaboration. You'll find us. It's pretty easy to find. And we invite you to come in, share your gifts. I know a lot of times when you enter a new space, there's that, walking on eggshells of what can I can't do. And so I appreciate that you brought up those daily posts, because those of us that got the group going, we're like, should we start shifting that? But I appreciate that you brought that in, because I have enjoyed them, and it keeps me like learning and keeping things fresh and getting to know each other. And like that to me is what community is, the non-judgment, but also the space where I can actually get to know people and not have just the I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it at that, just to get to know each other. So, go ahead.
I like the daily post because it helped pull me out of my depression. Because going through all the medical things I'm going through, I hit a depression, and those daily posts helped me. I had something to look forward every day for a positive, positiveness.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, love it.
Well, we love to hear. So share a little bit about what you do, your business, and what is your, I love always asking, what is your vision of a new world, a empowered world?
Me, honestly, peace, love, and happiness.
Yes.
My husband always teased me, you are so my hippie girl. I'm like, yes, because I honestly believe in peace, love, and happiness. Yes, I live in my bubble. That's what I want, because I can see the good. I'm so heartbroken that we are so divided as a nation instead of becoming we the people, and I keep telling my husband, we need to become we the people again, not a divided nation. And so we got rid of Comcast, so we only have internet, so we're not like drug into the negativity every day of the news and stuff. I even have to limit myself on Facebook, because like you said, there's so much negativity. So I'm like, okay, what positive can I put back out there? And that's why when I post, I try to post all positive things, but I also wanted people to know, even being a healer, our lives aren't perfect. Things happen to us, and I was diagnosed with latent autoimmune diabetes. So I'm type 1 and type 2. And so it's 1.5 diabetes. And I've been struggling for 2 years with it. And I wanted people to understand, this does, and I had this thrown in my face. Well, you're a healer. You should have healed yourself. Well, you're a medium. You should have seen this coming. Well, we're still human beings. Things happen to us, and we still have a path and our freedom of choice, to make. And it's a learning for me. I always take a situation. Okay, what am I going to learn from this situation? Or what do I need to heal in this situation? And obviously I need to heal my body and stuff, so, and I wanted my friends and family to understand, just because I'm a healer doesn't mean that my life is perfect.
We are all here to grow and walk through these journeys. I keep telling people, I'm glad I'm not perfect, because when I hit that point, then I'm gone. And for the first time in my life, I'm enjoying living. So I want to stick around for, another couple centuries here. Decades, not centuries, decades, right?
Wow. Whoa, what do you have working up over there, Celeste? Doesn't surprise me, but yeah, I agree with you. And I'm there too, that I know when I first started my spiritual awakening, I had those same judgments of myself, of when I feel like I'm progressing or I'm learning, and then there might be something that steps back or help, or even in judgment on, I've had that same thoughts of other people. Well, we create our reality. So why are you creating this disease for yourself, and having those like internal judgments, and taking a step back and realizing that we are human. That has been a huge thing for me over the last couple weeks of we are spiritual beings and human beings. And there is choices, there's lessons, there's things that we get to learn at such an individual level. And
Right.
that's why I appreciate that you bring in that you're sharing all, you're sharing your journey, because I know that people can relate to that. And they can relate to having pain. Their pain might be a little bit different, or their lessons will be different, but that they can relate.
Almost definitely, and I think people need to understand, and it is a difficult time right now with everything going on in the world, but it'll make us all stronger in the end. And that's why I love the courtyard, because we do have the unity. It's a place I can go where I don't have to stress, I don't have to worry, I can just be me in there, and that's why, like I said, I love those daily posts, because it makes me sit and think, okay, what do I do every day? How do I connect to my spirituality? How am I? Because I did feel disconnected and stuff when I hit my depression and stuff. And those little prompts, the journaling, all those, I love it because it gives me a moment to sit and think, oh, wait, I did find something positive about this today. When I was in the hospital, Celeste checked on me, she asked how I was doing. And I woke up with a migraine. I hadn't had migraines in years. And she reminded me, go deep within, start bringing in that healing. Oh yeah, I can do that. That's right. Oh my gosh, right? Like I needed to be reminded I can heal myself.
We
And that's
all
why I
do.
like that. Yeah.
We
And
all
that's
do
what I
need
love.
that reminder, because
Yeah.
when we feel pain, or when we're sick, or when we're sad, when we have some of these lower vibration feelings, then we end up pulling ourselves back into that human existence.
Yep.
And we tend to forget about all these beautiful gifts that we have. And we want to talk to doctors, and I love them. They all serve a place, but we forget that our most powerful tool is ourselves.
Yeah.
So kudos to you for actually going with it and helping yourself.
Yeah. As soon as you said that and I started going in, my migraine went away.
Yay.
I'm like, okay, Celeste is, yeah. And sometimes we just need that friend that will just remind us, hey, it's okay. Because I had to fight them to stay in the hospital to get them to run tests on me, because I knew something was wrong. Because they're like, well, we can't find this. And you know what was amazing? It was actually when they put a female doctor on my team, I got heard.
Good for you.
So
good for you for sticking with it.
Yeah, I used my voice.
Well, and isn't it true too that the interconnectedness that we all feel, that you might forget in a moment, but you're supported, and God, universe, whatever your source of energy and power comes from, knows, or is, there is this underlying knowing within each of us. And to have that Celeste reach out at that perfect time as just the nudge, right, the reminder, but you were the one that went within. Celeste didn't call you and say, hey, this is what I need you to do to heal right, your body, right? It was just the nudge of saying, hey, remember your power. We were recording a video for our podcast about the Heart Center, the Open Heart Center, and that, pressure to prove and the worthiness. And, what came up for me after we had the call was how much time I forget, I might forget about my worthiness, or forget that I need to be doing it a certain way, or, all of those things. And then somebody shows up, or something shows up, a bird lands on my window just to remind me to be present. A car drives by that has a awesome bumper sticker or whatever. And just those God nudges of, okay, you're perfect where you are right now. And you have the power within you.
The signs are there. We just have to be open to them.
Yeah.
And listen, yeah, because I had a chaplain step in and see me, Chaplain Wendy, amazing woman. I know my angels and my guides sent her to me, because she's non-religion, but all about spirituality, and she's totally into energy work. Mm-hmm. So her and I had this amazing conversation for an hour. And like, it felt good that somebody got me, like understood me and understood energy work and the healing and spirituality, and that we can all coexist. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. where did you come from? My husband freaked out when I'm like, yeah, I talked to a chaplain. He goes, wait, what? Only chaplains come when you're dying. I'm like, no, hun, no. They go and visit people in the hospital. And then it was probably the floor I was on. And it was so amazing. I know my angel sent her to me. And she gave me her information and stuff because we just connected and talked. And it was nice to sit and talk about that. And knowing that I wasn't being judged for it either.
There's so much power in being seen.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful gift. Well, Tammy, one of the things that I know Stephanie and I both, one of the things that we really want to happen with the courtyard is for it to be a space where people truly feel like they can share and support each other. And it seems like you've gotten some of that. And another part of it is that we want people to know that they can come in and share their gifts with each other. We want people to be able to connect with each other and support each other. And we don't think that it's, stuff that all has to come from us. So we would love to know a little bit about, what you do and what you offer and what you can offer to people or whatever you feel like sharing. Share with us a little bit about your business and what you do.
So I know I'm kind of redoing my business because I'm on a 90-day, right? Because I'm on a 90-day medical leave, so I'm going to take this time to build it. So I started crafting again. I used to craft and paint, and I went and bought paints and canvases again. So I'm going to start doing intuitive painting.
Beautiful.
Things I used to do and not do, like my knowledge. I was saying I have knowledge, but I never sure, and I need to. I'm going to do my crystal ball readings. I'm going to start teaching tea leaf reading because I have all that information. I just forget that I have it sometimes. So I do intuitive medium readings. I do elemental healing with my Reiki.
Why don't you tell us a little bit more about that?
Okay, so I was certified by Callista. She is from Scotland. I love Scottish and Irish people. She wrote Unicorn Rising, and I was certified with Unicorn Healing through them. So what elemental healing is you're bringing in the elements and then all the little elementals from each of those elements to heal. So with spirit,
I love the elementals.
I do too. Hold on just a second. I'll show you my little elemental. He's sitting on my lap. Whoops. Wait, hold on. Can you see him? My black.
Oh yeah.
Oh, your little kitty cat.
That's my baby dragon.
Oh.
Yeah, I call him Toothless, but his nickname is Baby Dragon. So you can call in the dragons for fire, the fae for air, and I incorporate that in with my Reiki. Mermaids, they like you to do mirror work to help. And I kind of, when I struggle, when I'm going through things, I kind of quit healing, and I'm being told, no, I heal myself when I heal others.
Absolutely.
It's so easy to give the advice, and now it's like my guys are like, now you need to take that advice. You need to listen to your words. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, my bad. So I'm kind of revamping my business and stuff because I would really love to be a traveling medium. I would love to travel and give readings and stuff. And I know my guys are trying to push me out of my comfort zone, and I need to do it because I start getting messages for people now, and I'm like, oh, like in the grocery line, I'm like, oh, okay, am I going to follow through or am I not? So when I was at work, I started practicing at work when messages would come through. Okay, are you guys ready? Do you want a message? Because says always ask first, because at first I was just like, blah.
We don't want to intrude their space. Some people don't like that.
Yeah, so I would tell them, and one of my friends, her German grandma would always follow me to the bathroom. Like, go tell her. I'm like, no, can I potty by myself? And she's like, no. So I walk up to her and I'm like, are you ready for a message from your grandma? Oh my gosh, no. And she just started crying. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. She goes, no. She goes, I've been waiting to hear from her. And then another friend, her husband had passed away, and why she was pregnant with her son, I'm like, you know, they met right before he was born. And because I confirmed it, she'd always had that feeling, but she doubted it. It helped. I'm like, okay, I get it. So I just gotta trust myself more.
Yep.
And not let other people's what do you call it, like blah 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 interfere.
Mm.
Because I know I'm a medium. I know I have a gift and I need to share it.
You do.
And so I have a girlfriend that is building me a website right now. So I can start booking appointments and stuff. I'm just going to start putting myself out there.
Good for you.
So,
That's awesome.
thank you.
Have you always, I always love to ask this question, have you always been aware of your gifts?
I was very aware when I was little. Okay, so I can remember we had a family friend in Montana, and him and his wife had an apple orchard, and he would take me out and drop me in the middle of the orchard. I didn't know he would be like a couple rows over and tell me go find my way home. And I would. And then he taught me dowsing, how to go find water. And I remember this, and I used to be able to look at people and be like, oh, I know what sign you are. I know horoscopes. But when you get to the point where your family start making fun of you, you kind of quit. And then I was baptized at 8 in the Mormon church. And then when I was 12, I was yanked into like, you're going to religion full time.
Mm.
And when I was 16 is when I started shutting everything down.
Mm.
It wasn't until I went into massage school in my 30s, I started opening up again, but I fully opened up when I turned 40.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so, but I remember, so that's why now I teach my grandkids. I want them to keep their gifts. I want them to, yeah. My baby one, the one I post a lot, my Bibu,
Yeah.
she'll be 2 here in a couple weeks. She talks to me telepathically, and because I'm trying to tell her, I looked at her one day and I'm like, use your words, Bibu, use your words, and she goes like this and looks at me, and I'm like, oh wait, my bad, you are. And she talks to crystals.
I love it.
I leave them down at her height so she can get to them. So I'm encouraging my younger grandkids to be like, you have a gift, let's develop it. Let's see what we can do with this.
Good for you. We have to keep them open and connected.
Yes, very much. And they remind me, like when I first hit my depression, I went over there. She just sat on my lap, didn't say a word and didn't have to. I'm like, okay, I know what you're doing. Giving me energy. And we took a picture and you can just see her. And I'm like, I love this girl so much. Like,
yep. Keeping the kids open and connected is how we're going to change this world.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And healing ourselves to
yeah,
need that space for them to be.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just checking, making sure we got comments, but we don't have comments.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to type them in any of the platform messages, and we try to check them and see.
Yeah, if you have a question for Tammy, you have a question for any of us, we want to bring more guests on here on this 4th Wednesday, just to start showcasing the gifts that are out there. And, you know, Tammy, I invite you in the courthouse.
In the courtyard. No courthouses. Thank you.
The courthouse. If you do get the gifts there's the messages, but yeah, the courtyard to share it, you know, to share, feel comfortable enough that you can, you know, when you get your website up there, please post, invite people into that space. Cause that's really, I know sometimes it's okay, wait, is there a certain day that I can post about my stuff? Like that's out the window. So feel comfortable that you can invite people into that. And if you want to hop on live and do some little sessions to keep the practice going and to build that,
I would love to. That's so funny you said that, because I've been thinking about doing some lives to practice readings and stuff. So thank you so much for offering that.
That's a safe place to do it.
Okay,
yes, exactly why it's created, so that all of you can share and network with each other.
Okay, definitely. See, you guys are reading my mind.
Or we're just trusting what comes up to say, right?
Right.
Yeah, well, that's fun. I'm glad you shared a little bit about your story. And kids are near and dear to us. We talk about that quite a bit in here about it really giving kids permission to be themselves and to, I mean, they're gifts. They have their gifts. We all have our gifts. We knew them when we were children. We knew, I've been actually, I'm doing a Venus retreat with Gene Keys. Gene Keys is something that I'm super passionate about, and you'll learn about that tomorrow. And this month we're focusing on what he calls the spiritual quotient, that 0 to 7 time frame. You know, that we're physically taken from the immortal existence, from God, from that, you know, divine essence, and plopped into this human body. And really just that longing to go back home stems from that first 7 years of our childhood. And if you think about children in their 7 years, your little one is in that age, right? That they already have that connection, not already have it, they are connected to divine source, and they just grow and start dabbling in different realities, and oh wait, is this real or is this real? And so to have the awareness to teach them to keep expanding on their gifts and not, instead of shutting it down. And I'm just excited to see the more awareness that's happening with us adults, that they don't have to wait till their 40s to bring that gift back up, that they just are embraced as they are through their whole life. Like that's pretty exciting. So.
Yeah, I don't want my grandkids to have to go through like what I did, shutting things down and reopening. I talk openly with their parents. So my granddaughter's dad is part Native American. So he understands some of the spirituality and stuff. So I just keep that going. Because I told them, I said, I want them to learn these things. You know, what they do with it is their choice, but I would like them to learn about energy and all that. And I said, they know it already.
Yeah.
It's like they're naturally gifted, you know, little kids. They just know.
Yeah.
We condition them to let it go.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's what happens
otherwise. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Was there, while we're talking, is there a message that's coming through for you, or anything that's popping besides sharing about your journey? Not to put you on the spot.
I know. Huh?
I wanted to start the Jeopardy music. Do.
I'll take no for no.
And don't feel obligated. It just was a thought.
Obviously, I'm on the right path where, you know, because I said I was going to start practicing lives, and I just hadn't said anything yet. So obviously my guides and your guides, our guides are talking with each other. So now I know I'm on the right path of, okay, go practice. You got this. It's okay. Go do it.
Yes.
So yes, I will, because I want to practice with my cards again. I'm trying to like tap back into my oracles again. And because I want to do a tea leaf reading, and what better place to practice, you know, like, hey, and my crystal balls. So
tell us a little bit more about tea leaf readings. I've always been fascinated with those.
So my teacher, I had an awesome teacher. So the whole thing is like, you do a tea ceremony. I want to do a little workshop on it too. So you do a tea ceremony, you brew your tea. And then after, the little pouch they come in. So you drink just enough to leave a little bit of tea in the bottom, and then you dump the pouch out, kind of swirl it around, dump your cup, and then pull it back out and see what's left. Just like you taught us, you know how you taught us to read the energy on the roses?
Mm-hmm.
You look, and it's your intuition, that first thought. So like, I didn't realize until I was talking to Angelica about it, that, you know how you teach us about, give us a symbol or a color or
some of the tools.
Yeah. Those tools work the same way with tea leaf reading.
I love it. I assumed as much, but I wasn't sure because I've never dabbled into it, but I've been fascinated with it. But that's beautiful.
It's amazing. You know, just like when I do water readings, you put your hands in the water, and
Mhm.
then when you pull out, I go in and I read the energy in the water
Mm.
and stuff. I just read what comes. And same with the crystal ball.
Yep.
I do it a little different where I let people touch my crystal ball because I know how to cleanse her.
Mhm.
And the same thing, you're just reading and using and asking your guides for, or their guides for the tools, you know, give me a letter, a number,
I
color.
love it. I love
Yeah.
it. I used to always tell people that all of these tools are really just for the other person.
It is.
Because just like the cards, I'll use cards if someone asks for them, but
Yeah.
the same information that I get without the cards.
Right. Right. And sometimes people need a visual. And I think
Yes.
because we're so stimulated now as a world that they need that stimulation and stuff, you know.
Well, I was actually talking to a friend. She was telling me about a ceremony that she went to, and she met this new guide, and she's like, you know, you'll love her, and I feel really good that I know I'll meet her someday. But she was saying, you know, what she came down was these are just the ceremony. Her particular ceremony is just a tool to tap into yourself. She said, my vision and what I want to create in my space is that we don't actually need the tools. Meditation and going within and trusting your intuition is all that you really need. But it kind of takes the mind, the programming, the conditioning, kind of puts those in, like you said, it feeds that mind, that worry, those things. But really, ultimately, what we all need is that the quietness, the going within, whatever that looks like for each of us. But the tools are nice to bridge that gap. And what I love, and this is why Celeste and I connected instantly, and Tammy, you're the same way, is it's about, you know, I'm just receiving a message. I'm just saying what comes to mind. But ultimately, the individual has the power, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, when you would let them touch the ball, like you can cleanse it, you can all do those things. You're just a conduit. You're just a connection to that little bit of messaging. But ultimately, that person can get that themselves. We just might have some inner blocks that stops us. So,
Well, I think it's just trusting, you know. Because my friends are like, well, how do you know? And I'm like, oh. And if especially their moms, I'm like, you know that mom intuition, you just know when your kids are up to something. They're like, yeah. And I'm like, that's what it is. You just know. And I said, it's that first thought, I said, but when you hit that second thought, I said, ego's trying to kick in and be like, yeah, no. And I said, I said, you can ask for, so I get the cold chills when I'm like, okay, am I spot on?
The
Am I giving,
goosies.
yeah, thank you. Yeah. You know, I said, you can ask for it. I said, we're all equipped. We all can be mediums. We all have this inside of us. It's just who's going to tap into it. And they're like, really? And I'm like, yeah, yeah. And they're like, even men, I'm like, oh, men are very, yeah. So when my husband gets visions, I'm like, or premonitions, I look at him like, no. He goes, what do you mean no? And I'm like, no, me, not you. And he'll laugh, and I'm like, no, me, not you, you know? And then I know it's because my guys are talking through him. I'm like, really? I'm not listening. So you had to go use my husband? Okay. You know? But
Well,
yeah, men are very in tune.
I'm gonna ask you to trust now, Tammy, and I am gonna put you on the spot.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Spirit keeps telling me that you do have a message.
Who said?
I got chills. So
Spirit.
I know I have chills.
And you know I trust, and they don't lie to me.
Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. There are a lot of people seeking out and needing this group. They're just afraid to reach out. Like I can hear people saying help. I need direction. I need guidance. You guys have created a safe place for a lot of us. Somebody in the group's in trouble, like not like a bad trouble, but struggling emotionally. Like I feel it in my gut.
What would you say to them?
It's okay to hold on. Sorry, my cats are trying to eat my food. It's okay to struggle. Sorry, hold on. Oh no. Yes, I know I'm doing magic. It's okay to struggle. You can share it and no one will judge you for it. Yeah, somebody in the group's going through something really, I feel it heavy in my stomach. None of us will judge you and we'll all be here to help. And it's okay to reach out. I don't know who it is, but somebody's struggling in the group.
We don't always have to know who it's for.
Okay.
The right person
Okay.
will hear it and will take it the right way.
Okay.
I find that when I try to figure out who it is, that's me going into my mind and my ego,
Oh, okay.
just listening to spirit.
Yeah, see, now I got the cold chills. Okay. I was trying to be quiet and fly under the radar.
Good job. Well, that's not what you're here for. You're
I
not,
know.
you're not here to be quiet and fly under the radar.
Not anymore. And see, to me, that's why I think that this all happened, me going in the hospital and being put on medical leave. So I have time to build my business because like I said, my goal is not to go back.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yep.
Well, if anyone else listening has any questions for us or for Tammy, please let us know. Feel free to type them in the messages at either spot, or you can call in and ask a question. We have that phone number and ID pinned everywhere now. We are on it.
Magical 20-minute left mark.
Oh, always.
Always. So yes, if you guys have questions, we're here every Wednesday at noon. And because we're talking courtyard doesn't necessarily mean it all has to be courtyard. We created this loose flow, this flowy structure, whatever.
A structure with flow.
But yeah, like I appreciate that you, Tammy, reached out to whoever it is. And you know, sometimes it's just that nudge to know that you're not alone and that you do have a space. And if you're looking for a home, a community, we invite you to come join us over in Facebook in the courtyard. We do plan on this year things opening up and getting outside. In fact, today the prompt was all about getting outdoors and going crystal hunting. And
I can't wait to meet in person.
Oh, I know. It'll be so lovely.
Playing a little get together.
Yeah. But it is a space, like Tammy said, it's non-judgment. It's really, I really like having you on here and just talking about your gifts and the tea ceremonies and just so many things. Like there's so many resources out there, but if we don't share them, we don't know that they're there.
Right.
You know, and I am grateful for a space that we can, you know, what comes up. You know, I thought at one time my journey was really around healing, and this last couple of days I heal, but it's in my way, right? And I release the expectation and what that looks like. In fact, Celeste, oh my gosh, just yesterday I had drove past some empty space land.
Oh boy.
8.9 acres. And I just sat with it and I'm like, community space, garden, big space. And then tiny houses, like those that want to actually live in the space, tiny houses. I was like, oh, that makes sense. So, you know, that is a vision that is popping up more that we
It'll
do.
happen.
Yes, it will. It is happening. But that is the, the big vision. So if this is calling to you, please join us. And we just know the resources and the people to build this with us is already there. We just get to invite you into the space. But there's a couple lands that I'm eyeing. So
Woohoo!
yeah, but it was fun.
I love tiny homes. They're so cute.
Yeah, it was like I hadn't even thought about that piece of it. Because I love my home, and as where I'm at right now, I want to stay in my space and then be able to go to the community space. But I was like, I bet there is so many people or people desiring and needing those housing. I've always had a vision of creating a birthing place, like where people like moms can go birth and then they're supported for 4 to 6 weeks after the moms and the dads, but to be able to have a place where they're supported. And I was like, oh, wait, there's those tiny homes that will do that. Then there's those tiny homes that, be a transitional place. I don't know. Like it's the sky's the limit and the universe will take it from here. But that's
Just want to go back to community and people actually supporting each other
yeah.
and taking care of each other.
And I feel like we're hungry for it. We've been
Yeah.
so far removed from it that our souls are calling out for it.
Mm-hmm.
And this last year has taught us the slow down. It's been the forced, no, we don't need to do it that way that you guys have been doing it for hundreds of years. Slow down, get back to this, and support each other.
Well, and they always said it takes a village.
Mhm.
It does.
And that's what we need again.
Yeah, agreed. Well, for those that are listening again, if you have any questions, we come live, and even if you get this recording and you have something that you want to ask to get a different perspective, you can go ahead and reach out to either Celeste or I, or drop a comment, and we will talk about it next time. We're entering April. I cannot believe we have one more. We have one more month. We have a bonus Wednesday this month.
That's right, we do. What are we going to talk about?
I do not know.
Let's do card pulls and readings and have fun.
Yeah, I think that would be really fun. That would be fun. Oh, I just got chills. So, Tammy, it's funny you brought up the chills because I used to mentally say, "Oh, I'm just a cold person," and source like confirms things through me through body.
Yep.
And when I was like, "Oh, duh, I'm a colder body. Like I could live in 100-degree weather all day, every day." But the cold chills are my instant confirmation.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm getting them too. So yeah.
They're the best. I love the goosies.
Me too.
They're perfection. They're that confirmation that you are dead on,
And I love that we naturally have that. We want to conceptualize it, right? There's my open ajna going at it, right? Of trying to like conceptualize it and say, what does this actually mean? And it's been like, it doesn't mean anything. It just is.
Confirmation. That's all.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Well, Celeste, is there anything else that's coming up for you?
Well, I can share that I have my mediumship class this weekend, the Weekend Awakening seminar, and I do have a couple of spots open. If there is anyone out there that is feeling drawn to open up their gifts and see exactly how connected that they are, please feel free to reach out to me and let me know. It'll be all day Saturday and Sunday in West Jordan.
Tammy, how, as a participant, and share what's been your experience from attending the weekend event.
It was amazing. Because I never used to call myself a medium. I was just like, yeah, I'm an intuitive. And then it just clicked on the exercises we were doing. We had to stand close to each other and look each other in the eyes, soul to soul. And I just blurted out, I'm a medium. And everything just clicked. Do, like all this thing. And like, Celeste helps you tap into what you already know and like open it up. Like it was there. I didn't know, and it felt good. These were people I didn't know. And I'm like totally opening up to them, sharing things with them. I hadn't shared with a lot of people. We had some really good crying sessions.
A lot of healing goes on.
It does. It helps. And the fact that these people are on the same like medium journey as you, but you're on different paths, you know. And it was amazing. I love the exercises we did. My favorite, believe it or not, was the soul train. I love it. It's fast, it's quick. You have to say stuff and you got to move quick, and you know, but you have to trust what's just coming and stuff. So I love the soul train exercise. Not a lot of people do, but I loved it. I love the rose, where each of us pick up a rose, we put our energy in it, and then we pick one up and have to read it and stuff, and then figure out who it is. Driver's license one was amazing and fun too, where we're asking for a letter or a number. One of the girls I work with got the whole driver's license number.
What's what's coming up for me is just the experiential side of it. That the wisdom that when you commit yourself to something like this, and I'll be there one day, I know that.
You will.
When you commit yourself to experiencing yourself, like that to me is what, and that is, you know, part of when Celeste and I met, the vision of Imagine, the community, is experientially learning about yourself. Because you can read a book. I've read a psychic book. I've read and I did the same exercises and I got them right. And I picked the blue red ball out of the bag and the things like that. But when you're surrounded in the energy, because there's nothing else that's going on, you know, you've committed to this weekend to be there. And this is what the present moment is what matters. That's pretty incredible. And then you can have those tools to go into life. And then be, when you're feeling the stresses of the human side of our existence and feeling the stresses of life, you have tools, but you're like experiential just keeps popping, and that you're there present, learning about yourself, being with yourself. And I haven't even been, but that's what I'm getting.
Oh yeah. And you walk away with confidence. I walked away with so much confidence, and I met a lot of new people that I'm friends with now. And it's the most amazing experience ever. It just lit me up. I'm like, yeah, I can do this. I believe in myself.
Fabulous job.
Thank you.
That's so awesome. Well, if it calls out to you, reach out to Celeste. How often do you do them? I know you're kind of shifting a little bit of your stuff, but.
Well, because I've had to have smaller classes, I've been doing them about once every other month. But we'll see how it goes. I have one booked in North Carolina right now for July. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, good times. Good. I love teaching them. This is really where I get so much out of it, because it is just so amazing to just be in that room and watch people shift and truly step in to who they really are. And realize that I wasn't kidding. They really do have all of these gifts. And it's just amazing to watch it click and watch them open up. And it really fills my heart.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for doing it. How long have you been doing them?
Oh, gosh, a few years now.
Yeah.
A little while.
Well, and here's like something just to remind you as we're talking community and unique gifts. You each have your unique gift. You each have what you bring naturally and authentically. And I know, I'll speak from experience, like I have a cousin who is a brilliant medium and, you know, reads tarot cards very, you know, well. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but I remember there was part of me where I was like, I want those gifts. Like, I want to do what she's doing. And I was denying parts of myself, or desiring to be what somebody else was. And thank God I have my gifts, because that's what I bring. And so if you're listening in and you're like, oh, I don't get the intuitive hits, or I don't even know what to do with the crystal, it doesn't matter. You have your gifts, and your gifts will shine as you get present with yourself, as you ask yourself, as you go within, journal, whatever that looks like for you. But you are enough as you are.
As
You're-
you heal,
Yeah. As what?
as you heal, the more we heal ourselves, then the stronger our connection becomes,
Yeah.
because we become more in alignment with our true authentic self. Yep, it's beautiful. Well,
Love-
Tammy, I am so glad you joined us today. Thank you so much. This has been beautiful.
Thank you. And thank you for offering.
Yeah.
So if you're out there and would like to be one of our guests next month on the 4th Wednesday, please reach out and let us know. We'd love to have you.
Yes. And in the meantime, enjoy your life. Get outside. Blue skies in Utah here today. I know it's
Right.
also
Right.
cold.
Hurry.
I can't wait till it's sunshine, warmth, sunshine every day. But yeah, we'll be here next Wednesday. We'll have some fun with some readings and cards. There's a bonus Wednesday.
Yeah. So let's have fun.
And then if
Have a
you're
great week, everyone.
just as a reminder, find us on Facebook at the Courtyard Collaboration. You are welcome there. We're desire to have you join us and to just be yourself and build this community with us. So thank you, Tammy, for sharing.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys next Wednesday.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.